Do you hear about this stuff very much? Like I follow some people online and so I know about it, some social scientists and Richard Reeves, who is sort of, I don't know if he's a social scientist, but yeah, he follows this kind of data and he's concerned.
Uh, well, yeah, like when you first told me, I was just very shocked at the number. Because I went to like a university with like 40,000 people in attendance, and I recall just the sheer amount of people there just going about their classes and stuff, and it was overwhelming. So, do you think it's multiple, like a, I don't know how many of those universities of men like that took their lives that could have been alive now?
Yeah. You're just
It's just
trying to
hard to
imagine
even
it.
calculate, or
Yeah.
yeah,
You're just trying to
imagine.
imagine 550 or so thousand men that
Yeah,
killed themselves more
yeah,
than women who killed themselves.
mhm,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, but yeah, it just had that, and then I kind of started thinking about um, just like the kind of the general climate I kind of feel with because how gender relations are right now. Uh, it's not good. Yeah, and I feel like a large part of that is men kind of being vilified in some kind of way, or like we kind of talked about, like mentioned, like there's just not a lot of spaces for men like there are for women. And I think maybe part of the answer to the question of how to like prevent that such a high suicide rate, I think part of that like would help.
Having
Um,
men's yeah, we both don't like that word space, but yeah, having men's
yeah,
spaces. Yeah, even
yeah,
you reminded me that even the Boy Scouts now is not really uh for boys only.
yeah,
It's
yeah, and
the Boy Scouts is the Boy and Girl Scouts, and the Girl Scouts is the Girl
mhm,
Scouts.
mhm, yeah. Um, and yeah, I think those kinds of spaces are would just it helps with distraction, I'd say. Because when I think of times when I don't want men around, like it's I feel there's just some things where people function best kind of among their sex. And we kind of accept that with women and it's not really questioned, but there seems to be a problem when people want to do that for men. Um,
Yeah. And
yeah,
that to me in itself seems like a problem. Yeah,
yeah,
I started talking with you. I mean, I think part of it's we have confusion over what a man actually is. Um,
mhm,
and it seems like so much of the conversation online is like we don't really talk about that. And if sometimes if that's brought up, it's more like that is dismissed as something important to talk about.
mhm,
And I think that's
yeah,
where there is room after that for like the sort of bad male role models to come in, or
mhm,
not very good ones anyway, that just emphasize some kind of overt power, money, or uh, uh, you know, being very physically imposing or something, or sort
mhm,
of bodybuilders sort of concentrate maybe a lot and maybe sometimes to the detriment of other parts of yourself on building the body.